So right now, DKOldies is a very hot topic within the video game sphere. Lots of people are making videos on them. Lots of people are giving their 2 cents, and it's really something I haven't talked about all that much on the channel. I made a DKOldies related video talking about me selling products to them, not buying products from them, and I actually had a pretty decent experience when it came to selling some games. They gave me a fair price, this, that, and the other. But as time has been going on, that was a couple of months ago when I made that video. As time has been going on, there seems to be more and more problems with DKOldies, sort of digging deeper into things. And now we've gotten to a point with them where it's like, you know what, I kind of do have to talk about this because I feel like they're not learning their lesson. They're not doing things to sort of change. They're sort of going within their own status quo as they're making people angry. Now, if you're not familiar with who DKOldies is, they are a website that has been around for a very long time. And really the initial complaint about them that started a couple of months ago was their pricing. And when you look at things like their pricing, like, yes, it's very expensive. My whole thing when I made my initial video was I don't understand why people would purchase things from them, you know, if they are looking to buy, you know, video games and stuff like that, because their games are usually overpriced. Their systems are usually overpriced. Now, you can get a 1-year warranty with your stuff. You can also sell them your video games. Like I said, I did something like that. But generally speaking, like just looking around their website, everything is very expensive. Everything is, you're paying more than you probably should be paying. You know, with the modern stuff's a little bit better, but the retro stuff, which is where they're making their bread and butter. Now, this website has been around for 20 plus years. So when you're looking for things online, you know, when you're looking for retro games online, if you type it into Google or something like that, like they're going to be one of the first places that ends up popping up because of the fact that they've been around for so long. They are an established website and they are high up in the algorithms and stuff like that. So the main concern with DK, like, look at this. Look at this. $364.99 for a GameCube, which we'll talk about in a minute. 2 crusty knockoff controllers, Mario Kart Double Dash and Super Smash Bros. Melee. Are these even complete in box? Like, oh my god. So the main complaint about this site was that, hey, these things are stupid overpriced. So when, you know, someone who's not familiar with video games is looking to buy something and for whatever reason they don't want to go on eBay, which things are much cheaper on eBay, they'll type in Google, you know, retro video games for sale, DKOldies will pop up, and they'll end up spending an exorbitant amount of money through this website when they could have gotten things for a fraction of a price just by looking around. So it's a kind of a predatory thing. Which I wasn't, you know, like, yes, it is predatory, but at the same time, it's like, if you're buying something, if you're, you know, spending money on something, you should be somewhat informed about what you're buying. You should be somewhat informed about the value of what you're purchasing, because obviously things that are older, you know, it's all based more so on a market value than an arbitrary value. We don't know what the price of this is actually worth until someone is willing to pay something like that. So if some idiot is willing to pay $364 for a GameCube, 2 crusty knockoff controllers, Mario Kart Double Dash, and Super Smash Bros. Melee, hopefully in box, because it does not say that they are in box or anything like that, you know, then that's what you're getting. And, you know, if somebody wants to pay $364.99, then people think it's worth that. But that's not the problem with DKOldies, because since then, people have been purchasing things from them, systems, these systems that they sell on their website, and they're learning something. These systems aren't really refurbished. You could see here, going back to our GameCube thing here, this clearly says that this condition is a refurbished console. When you scroll down, you can see this Nintendo GameCube system and all its accessories are fully clean and refurbished. Our systems are in condition and free from most cosmetic flaws. They are tested, guaranteed to work, and backed by our 1-year warranty. But that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case with a lot of people. It seems like that's not been going on, and people have been calling out DKOldies for a couple months now. So you would think that they would say, hey, you know what? you know, these videos are definitely popping off online. These videos are getting, you know, tons of views, you know, millions of views cumulative from YouTube channels with millions of views, like Review Tech USA has been covering it a lot and making a bunch of money off of this. Go rich. You know, hey, you know, secure the bag. But, you know, he's been covering it a ton. Other YouTubers have been covering it a ton. So many YouTubers starting to buy stuff from them and realizing that this is a problem. But it was a video that happened very recently that came across my subscription feed that was kind of like, you know what, this is the final straw. This is my final straw with DKOldies because things are getting worse. So the homie Retro Rebound, aka Matty Plays, this is his second channel. He purchased $300 on some old game consoles at DKOldies, and I was watching this video and I was like, oh, okay, you know, everything's probably gonna be all right. You know, DKOldies, I'm sure they've learned their lesson. I'm sure they're doing things. Let's just take a look at this GameCube that he bought. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I'll have a link to his video in the description box down below. So he pulls out this GameCube. Free from cosmetic flaws? Look at this thing. This thing looks like disgusting. This GameCube looks absolutely disgusting. And you might not be like realizing the grossness of it, you know, the way it looks right now. But wait just a second. He'll pull out his Indigo GameCube that he has from his own collection and show you. Look at this thing. So this is his GameCube. This is the GameCube that was sold to him. Look at how crusty this thing is. This thing, bro, put some wipes on it. Like, how does it get this discolored? I don't think I've ever seen a GameCube this discolored. Free from cosmetic flaws. This is not free from cosmetic flaws whatsoever. He goes on to play this, and like I said, I'm not gonna ruin his video. Go watch his video in the comments section down below. But he goes and tests some games on it. And there are problems with this GameCube. This GameCube loads slower than his original GameCube. The fan noise is about 3 times as loud, and one game doesn't even run that runs perfectly fine on his GameCube without some additional use here. You're paying a premium price for a system that is supposed to be refurbished, and you get it, and it looks like this. It looks like this is disgusting. Like, I'm a gross dude, but like, look at this crust, this grime and grit. And I'm realizing something here. The problem with DKOldies, you know, people make mistakes. People get overwhelmed. Things happen. Like, I get it. And, you know, people will call you out on it. And the whole thing is how you react to it. You know, do you make a change? You know, if you have a problem with something, and it's a genuine problem, it's a genuine concern, how do you adjust to it and how do you make a change? And the problem right now with DKOldies isn't that, you know, they're overpriced stuff. It's the overpriced stuff is not of high quality, and they're not doing anything to rectify that. They're not changing how they handle systems. They're not changing their whole refurbished model, because let's be realistic, these systems are not refurbished. A refurbished system has, you know, it's cleaned out, it's opened up, everything is checked, everything is replaced if it looks kind of sketchy. You know, things are fixed within the system to make it like a modern system. You know, simply equate it to a car. You know, if a car goes into a shop and all the shop does is, you know, wash it down and wipe down the interior and say, oh yeah, your car is fixed. That's not a fixed car. You have to go under the hood. You have to actually adjust things, because that's what you're paying for. That's what you assume you're paying this premium price for. So now you're paying a premium price for a product, that was a lot of alliteration, that isn't being reconditioned, that isn't being refurbished, and they're not trying to improve. All DKOldies has to do, the main guy, this guy right here, the spokesman for DKOldies, all this company has to do is come out and say, hey, you know what? There's been some calls into questions about our refurbishing process, our products. We stand behind our products. You know, there has been some slip-ups. Some things do go through the cracks. From this moment on, we are dedicated to making sure that all of the products that come through our store and come out of our store are of the utmost highest quality, that are refurbished, that we do take care of them. And then I think everyone would be happy with it. Obviously, you would have to have, you know, proof within the pudding, but this is a change that should be being made. But it's not being made, and I feel like it's not being made because they're not expecting to sell to the person who's smart. You see, that's the real major overlying problem. They're not anticipating to sell to the person who knows a lot about video games or has been playing video games for a long time, taking everything back full circle. They're planning to sell to that person who goes into Google and types buy old video games or buy Mario Nintendo, and then it pops up in the algorithm in the search, and then they're the ones they're selling it to because they don't know any better. You know, oh, this old system isn't quite working right. Oh, well, it's an old system. It's not supposed to work, you know, right. There's things within it. And it's like, no, this is ridiculous. DKOldies, I'm sure you're going to watch this video. I don't hate you. I've done business with you before selling you stuff, and it was a very pleasant experience. But you have to do better. You have to do better. If you're going to say something is refurbished, make sure it's refurbished. And obviously, people have been calling you out about this, and you haven't made any changes. Make changes. Come out with a PR statement saying that you're going to make changes, and then follow through with it. This is your livelihood. This is your business. What else do you have to do? You can't clean up systems. You can't make sure that systems are working fine before you sell them. You're not doing that. You're not doing hundreds of sales a day with consoles and stuff like that. Like, let's be realistic here, man. Do better, DKOldies, because things are getting worse. And the longer you wait, the more you're risking, you know, doing damage to your reputation and doing damage to your business, because people are pissed off, and, you know, rightfully so. I thought some of it was a bit of hyperbole when it was first happening, but now it's like, bro, there's some fundamental problems with you, and they're getting worse. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to go check out the source video in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. I've already said that. Make sure you subscribe if you are new to the channel. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.